We all know about Undertale, from the lovable characters
It's playing poker against itself. It appears to be losing. I don't know why I put
to the beautiful fandom.
Fucking break something if I hear any more of this fucking trash.
Everyone who has used the internet has been exposed to Undertale at some point, and I'm no exception. As a matter of fact, it's one of my favorite games. No, favorite experiences. Almost a religious experience.
In the Islamic faith, the number 23 matters a lot, meaning that those 23 pillars in the Minecraft ocean...
So when I was browsing the Terraria workshop and saw an Undertale mod, I got excited. After all, Terrarians are known for making all sorts of crazy, super high-effort mods, and it's not exactly uncommon for games like this to be put in weird places. I mean, just look at this guy playing Doom on a calculator, or playing as Godzilla in GTA. The modding community is wild, man. Jumping into the mod, I had no idea what it would change, and things definitely looked normal at first. So I summoned King Slime and tried to battle him. Turns out, we didn't enter a soul-splitting companion cube where I could seduce the bad boy. I was just stomped. Literally. I remember the mod pack mentioning something about a new item called the Pacifist Emblem, so I figured it would be advantageous to try and wear that. I died instantly. There was no mod configuration, so I just kinda kept spawning in King Slimes and spamming random buttons for a while, until I noticed something. While a boss was on the screen, I had a status effect. Pacifist. Turns out after a little testing, while this effect was active, I would be instantly killed, even with this full set of copper armor, which I happened to find in a chest just off screen. The next step forward was pretty simple. All I had to do was try and avoid King Slime while the 2-minute timer under the status effect cooled down. I died. A lot more than you would expect for someone with literally the best gear in the game going against King Slime, but I'm no Sans, and after a couple times I remembered something. Like all enemies, King Slime can't legally kill me without permission, so I just didn't let him. Eventually I wore him out and he began to fade out of existence. He was waiting for my mercy, but there was one problem. I have no idea what mercy even means. I was born to blood-soaked fields, to a world where zombies and ghosts roamed freely, where unicorns and fairies gored anyone who dared to pass by, where a community could find a glorified pixie the most attractive creature known to man, aside from a literal werewolf, which they enjoy looking at a little too much to avoid my calling them a furry. Basically what I'm trying to say is the M key on my laptop doesn't even exist, a fact which became very apparent as I mashed every key trying to figure out how to spare the king. I offered him my peace emblem first, then the souls of the innocent, as any peacemaker would, and none of that seemed to work, so I just gave in to my deep-rooted American patriotism and killed the king. Aside from the extra bit of text I got from betraying him, none of his drops actually seemed to change. I did remember though that the mod description mentioned something about pacifist bags for each boss, so I decided if I couldn't successfully pacify one, the least I could do was figure out what was actually in the bags. Almost all of them were a work in progress, and there was even a warning not to open them, but I found the King Slime bag and grabbed 20 just to be safe. Then I cracked them open. It was mostly normal loot, except I also got loot that summoned other bosses. It wasn't anything particularly crazy, considering some of the other mods that completely changed drop tables, but it was okay. I tried the Deerclops egg to see if it would summon, and it didn't even really work. So I decided I couldn't end this video here and wanted to go out with more of a bang. I grabbed the Empress of Light bag, which was clearly marked as not usable, and I tried to open it. Is that a rubber duck? Enemies are a bit less likely to target you. This bird will carry anyone past Terraria. That can't be it. I grabbed the Queen Slime bag and a rash duck. This is, you know, maybe it's like some kind of hidden like super weapon, you know? Maybe if I equipped it instead of like the enemies avoiding me, maybe they'll like fly off screen and instantly die, and that's how it'll carry me. Except for whatever reason I can't equip it. It's on my shoulder though. At least that looks cute. No, there has to be some secret here. There's only one way to tell. I put a duck on my shoulder and I held the duck in my hand and summoned King Slime for the most grandiose fight of a lifetime. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
But I also